Americans for Prosperity has jumped into a local election by attacking opponents of a proposed iron ore mine. AFP's Wisconsin organization has mailed flyers to voters in Iron County ahead of today's election. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports Americans for Prosperity has also a field team on the ground canvassing and making phone calls about the Kenosha Unified School Board race. They're all over the state. Groups like American for Prosperity spend money and do not specifically say to vote for or against a candidate. The Ed Show reached out to Americans for Prosperity for a comment. They haven't gotten back to us. We did get a statement from Robert Tappan, External Relations Director from the Koch companies, and he says neither Koch Industries nor the Koch or any Koch company has an interest in or involvement with either of these projects. For more on this, let's turn to Ruth Conniff, editor-in-chief of the Progressive magazine. Ruth, good to have you with us tonight. I think people might be curious, how did a small town and small towns in Wisconsin get the attention of a huge group like Americans for Prosperity? I mean, they are down to the very local level, are they not?
They are, absolutely, Ed. You're right, and it's never happened before. In fact, I was talking to some campaign finance watchdogs today who said they've never seen anything like it. We're accustomed to the Koch brothers coming in with Governor Walker. They've said they've spent a lot of money in Wisconsin. They're going to spend more. David Koch said that about Governor Walker. They come in big in congressional races. They came in big against Senator Tammy Baldwin. But now what they're doing is they're coming into a tiny community like the Iron County board race and sending flyers to the neighbors of folks who run in what have almost always been uncontested races, slamming and smearing local folks who want to serve on the county board. And the reason that they're doing it is because there's a great big open pit mine at stake. The county board's going to make a zoning decision about that mine. And the Koch brothers want to see deregulation. They want to see dirty industry, which they're in, not in this mine, but in Green Bay, Wisconsin. They're in big all over the country. And so they're promoting that interest there. And in Kenosha, which you mentioned, they're coming into this local school board race because, along with a coalition of other right-wing groups, they've been arguing that it was illegal for that school board to recognize the teachers union and give them a contract, and they want to suppress wages. I mean, this is why billionaires from out of state care about who's on your local school board, because they have an agenda that has to do with suppressing wages and deregulating industry.
So what was the reaction of the local folks up there getting these high-valued flyers? I mean, some rookie didn't put these things together. I mean, these things are full of information. They're glossy. They're professionally put together. They got to be thinking, where the heck did this come from? What's the reaction been up there?
Well, we'll find out the final word from the voters today, Ed, because as you point out, both of these races are going on right now. It's election day in Wisconsin. It's a typically low turnout spring election. But this is real democracy. These are neighbors voting for neighbors. These are people who want to serve at the most local level of government. And you're right, they've never seen big spending. It's actually a big bargain for the Koch brothers to come in and spend money here, because these are races where one of the candidates in Iron County, his total investment in his campaign was 4 rolls of stamps. But some of the people that they're pillorying are actually proponents of the mine. They are so far outside this community that they don't even know who their allies and who their enemies are. And I think that that kind of mistake and that kind of heavy-handedness with these flyers that say these people are anti-mine radicals, that they want you to be on welfare. They show a picture of a man who's out of work looking for a job. They say they want to shut down mines, when actually it's not about closing a mine, it's about whether the mine will open. The fact that they're attacking the head of the Chamber of Commerce in the town of Mercer, who was a mine proponent until he worried that it might poison the drinking water and said he wanted to hear all sides. These are the kinds of mistakes that I think could cost them and have really left people wondering what is going on up there, because they can't believe that this huge force is coming in against them, and their neighbors can't believe it because they know these candidates.
All the things to serve their interests, no doubt. Deregulation is what it's all about, and of course, we know where they stand when it comes to gutting public education. Ruth Conniff, great to have you with us tonight.